Come on, guys. All right, let's take a look at the Hasan shit. You might like this story, dude. It's all about your favorite group of people, dude.
Answer. Okay, buddy. Good one.
What? White people.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So apparently, there's drama on Reddit now, because Hasan's mods were getting banned for calling people crackers.
What?
So it started the whole slur discourse, basically, right? Where people are arguing if you can't say on Reddit. Apparently, Reddit now treats slurs against white people the same way they treat slurs against like black people or any other group of people, right?
I mean, it's still technically racist, so I mean,
yeah, exactly.
They should.
Well, apparently Hasan's freaking the fuck out right now about it. He says, if you post on Reddit, you should go to jail. Yes, this includes myself. 2 of my mods randomly got banned off the platform for saying cracker, and every pasty baby worldwide that has debated for white people saying the N-word is losing their minds over how using cracker is a hate crime. All right? And then you've got this other Twitch streamer, Daphne, who's like a massive Twitch streamer or something. She's jumping in here being like, hey guys, I'm being bullied for making fun of no-purpose flour. No-purpose flour. Here's an entertaining read for your evening. Feel free to upvote and downvote as you please, linking to the thread. To give some context, I have indeed discriminated against white people for their use of cinnamon and spices. That may be the white people rant some users are referring to. I don't know if this counts, but probably seared into the memory of some Redditors. I recall saying I've never dated white guys, and I find Asian guys hotter. And some people got really offended and took it personally to go out of their way to say I hate white people and will never date a white guy. So yeah, maybe that fits their idea of racism or discrimination against white people. So this person's obviously losing it. Hasan's fucking losing it over here. But the funny part about this whole situation, right, is that Destiny has just been going fucking nuclear on all of this, right? Because, I mean, it's basically the whole mentality of like, either all slurs are okay or no slurs are okay. We're back in the iDubbbz debate again, right? It's where everybody's arguing, you know, well, if you have a problem with, you know, black people slurs or Mexican people slurs, then white people slurs are just as bad, which makes logical sense to me, right?
Yeah.
So Destiny wrote, he said, imagine getting so salty about Reddit comments that you actually directly link to the thread to send your army to defend your reputation. Also, people probably aren't mad because of your dating preferences. They're probably mad because you act kind of racist. So here's some logs of Daphne talking. Redditors are mad because if you can't call people the N-word, you can't call white people crackers. Yeah, because say it on stream. The fact you can just say cracker but not the N-word, omega lol, cracker, to the term cracker, you seem very insensitive. Like white fragility, snow roaches. Sorry. I was making fun of white people all the time. This is not a white people space.
That's fucking cancer.
And then here he is going off on Hasan over here, who I guess tried to bait what is it, Myth, the other Twitch streamer, into giving a nuclear take on the word cracker, but failing. Hop in my space here, or in my screen share. This is this is Hasan.
What do you think about the word cracker?
The what?
The word cracker.
What do I think about the word cracker?
2 of my mods got banned for saying cracker yesterday in a sequence of like 3 minutes.
This fucking guy.
Lol.
I don't use it personally.
Oh.
I'd rather
Damn.
describe
That's
people
retarded.
Things that aren't just broad stroke derogatory terms based off the color of their skin.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't quite get the clip that he wanted there, actually. I like how it's titled, by the way. Hasan tries to bait Myth into a terrible take and gets trolled. Oh, man. By the way, none of this is fucking serious, by the way. It's just so fucking funny, right? Because, like, you have a bunch of people screaming about white fragility and how sensitive white people are when they're losing it because because Reddit decided that they're going to just treat, you know, all slurs the same, right? If these people are super hyper leftist like Hasan, they should be, you know, humanitarians. They should be like, yeah, fuck it, you know? I agree with that. Because honestly, they're not saying that, like, I don't know. This argument's retarded. There's just no... It's so fucking funny. And then we have, this is Hassan. Destiny put out another tweet. He knows he's white, right? So messages from Discord of Hassan. Why attack your main market? Most big streamers will not take a hard stance on Cracker. LOL, Twitch is literally a platform of white kids serving white kids. Wait, what was XQC's take on it? Because I doubt he'd agree with me. White people be like Nazi is the real N-word. Only us white should be able to say it. And then Destiny's like, dude, you're literally white. Shut the fuck up. Oh, man. I love it. I love the slur discourse. These people were also defending the gusano slur. What is that a slur for? Cuban people? What is gusano a slur for?
Yeah, you should look it up.
Because they were saying that, like, oh, that's not a real slur or something. It's like, well, because they were saying, like, Hassan's argument that it wasn't a slur was something along the lines of, like, well, the word just sounds goofy. It's like, yeah, you could probably say the same thing about the N-word, buddy. Like, that, like, it sounds goofy. Like, would you ever say
every time, bro?
Would you ever say the N-word isn't that big of a deal because it just sounds like a funny word? God. I need to see that clip actually. I don't want to take him out of context, which I swear that's what he said. Hassan defends
people want to make it out to be a fucking like slur or something. It just means worm, okay? It's
this take here, and I understand that we're doing frat boy politics now, so I don't expect them to say anything, intelligent, right? But it just means worm. Like negro is just black in Spanish, or like wetback is just, it means that you have a sweaty back. Like, how stupid do you have to be to say something like this? Like, how many racial slurs, how many slur words are literally just like words for something else? Like, how stupid do you have to be to say something like this? Like how many racial slurs just mean something, or like the F slur just means like a bundle of sticks? Like, What? Is that really what it means? Why do people say gusano then instead of just calling someone a worm?
Oh, is that?
Oh wait, so is he just doing Destiny content?
And be like, oh my god, I'm so offended that people are using the term gusano, a term that most people had to fucking Google immediately after I fucking mentioned it for the first time ever, and it's actually certainly not political, and can only be used against Cubans, and it's not just a catch-all fucking term that a lot of leftist Latin Americans use against people that they perceive to be like capitalist, anti-imperialist, counter-revolutionaries. I'm so offended. I'm so offended.
What?
It's just the same shit. This dude literally just uses social justice and people of color as a fucking prop just to be like, I'm so offended on behalf of everyone else. He's no different than he's the edgy SJW with fucking blue hair. Okay, that's all he is.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh man, love Hassan making people more aware of a certain slur that don't get enough that doesn't get enough usage. Yeah, Hassan as well as Vaush, and we'll take a look at Vaush in a second. But Hassan literally just got fucking banned from Twitch. Now, again, I want to stress this. Last night, as soon as I got partnered on Twitch, I obviously went live to celebrate. And as soon as I went live, people were like, yo, Hassan just got banned. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's no way the day, like the moment, the hour that I get partnered within like 10 minutes, Hassan gets banned. But he did. Twitch partner Hassan has been banned. Apparently this ban is 7 days. He said so in the majority report earlier today. And then he said on Twitter, yes, it is for exactly what you think it is, anti-white racism for using the term cracker. So the cracker discourse has advanced. It's gone up. Now Twitch is putting its foot down and banning people for being racist towards white people. And Hassan is absolutely fucking mauling. Somebody writes here, absolutely deserved. White people who never owned a slave, let alone cracked a black person with a whip, definitely don't like being called a slave owner. That's incredibly insulting and disgusting. And then he replied, shut your saltine ass up, you fragile little bitch. And then we got Dream coming in here.
Don't pull that bullcrap on me. Lose fair and square. Boo-hoo, cracker.
Dropping a slur right there. And well, that's just been the discourse. Hasan showed off all the streams he can't do. He can't do the hot tub stream with Amaranth. I have to say, Twitch did pick a particularly good time to ban him. 1 week before Christmas for being racist to white people. I mean, it's the irony of it, really. What else is on here? Vaush also got a ban as well, by the way. We can take a look at his. Vaush's ban is not a 7-day, it's an indefinite, which, under my understanding, indefinite almost always means permanent. But apparently, like, Destiny's last ban was an indefinite one, and that didn't last very long at all. So it's possible that Vaush will be back on the platform, but as of right now, indefinite ban, reason hateful slurs or symbols. Using hateful slurs or group emblems without context or in a harmful manner. He said, proud of Twitch for finally taking a stand against anti-white racism. It's really funny, too, because they've all been bitching about Twitch and their supposed inaction when it comes to racist hate raids, right? Even though I always thought Twitch has been pretty consistent. They've always kind of, banned racism. I mean, you can't say the N-word. You can't say other slurs that don't have to do with race, like, the F slur, for instance. I mean, slurs are pretty much universally banned. So I don't really see why Twitch streamers are acting surprised that, slurs against white people are banned as well. And people are saying, oh, cracker isn't a slur. It's just a mean word. It's a goofy word. Because the word cracker, doesn't have the same negative stigma that the N-word does, for instance, that means it's not a slur. Well, no, it is a slur. It's just not as, powerful as the N-word. Society has deemed cracker not as powerful as it's deemed the N-word. It's still a slur, though. Hasan, I think, is arguing that it's not, but Vaush is saying, yeah, it is a slur, and I like using it. So that's his stance. I think he even tweeted something. At least now that I'm off Twitch again, I can go back to saying the F slur, like the proud queer I am. At least I was struck down while standing by my principles using slurs. So he doesn't really seem to give much of a fuck at all. He's just kind of going on doing his thing. Vaush, on the other hand, Hasan, on the other hand, has been bitching about his ban. He thinks it's totally unjust. Yeah, look at this. Nathan Grayson right here. Twitch has suspended 2 popular political streamers, Hasan and Vaush, for using the word cracker, which Twitch seemingly considers a slur. Well, no, it literally is a slur. I mean, it's like, by definition, it's a slur. You can't really argue against this. What do we got here? Bionic Pig dropping a hot take here. Twitch acting like cracker is a slur is literally going to validate all the dumb white people who desperately want to be oppressed. I agree. Fuck those dumb white crackers. This is possible, actually. It's totally possible that Twitch is cracking the whip, so to speak, on Vaush and Hasan, solely because they don't want to give off the idea that they're more lenient, to streamers who are more negative to white people, just like how they're negative to white people that, shit on other races. It's possible Twitch is just doing this to, give off the illusion that they enforce the rules more fairly than they actually do. Or maybe Twitch is serious about this and is like, no, we actually don't want this at all. Nicholas Diorio, Twitter lefties like Big Joel doubling down on a slur literally no one is offended by and saying things like, I guess I do think white people should be simply more okay with being teased for their whiteness than other kinds of people has already accomplished this. When people like Bad Bunny title their stream Gusano Simulator, it really begs the question. Are we against slurs because they target intrinsic attributes, or are we just cool with trashing certain demographics because it's trendy to say Karen on Twitter? I mean, by that logic, logically, Karen is probably a slur, right? If you really think about it. I mean, it's derogatory term. Honestly, you could say that it's a sexist slur, but you could probably say that it's a white slur too, because Karen almost always relates to white women, right?
Tommy_C_S_cat funded $20. CLM.
CLM. Crackers matter, guys. It's more misogynistic. Yeah, it's more misogynistic, but it's definitely a white. It's probably a misogynistic slur and a white slur, to be honest. But just because it's like a meme word, I mean, nobody actually takes the term Karen seriously. But just because it's not taken seriously doesn't mean that it's not a slur, right? Like, you have to own the fact if you're going to, die on this cracker slur debate that you are saying slurs. You're fine with certain slurs. You just don't like slurs that have more of a negative connotation around them. Slurs that, go after groups of people that you deem as marginalized or not, right? Because that's really what the distinction is. There's a reason why Vaush and Hassan aren't saying the N-word on stream, because that goes against, their principles, right? But it's like, well, the white slurs are, they're still slurs. You just have to acknowledge, and Vaush does, but Hassan doesn't, that, it's still a slur. It's just such a funny debate to me, right? Because it's so non-serious. It's so non-important. But the fact that this is turned into like what the discourse is, it just kind of shows like where politics is right now, right? Like, we're debating about cracker, Like, it's just the goofiest shit in the world, really. Here's a Quartering's editor accurately pointing out, by the way, that it is a racist slur by definition. Yes, the word cracker is literally a racist slur. Then you got Hassan coming out here. This is such a funny argument from the Quarter Pounder's editor, because so is redneck, hillbilly, hick, good old boy, and honky in that same wiki page, but they never want to show that because it immediately destroys the serious argument they're trying to craft. Well, nobody's saying cracker is serious. Now you're just straw manning. Nobody's saying that, or at the very least, very few people are unironically offended by cracker. They're just saying that whether or not it's taken seriously or not doesn't negate the fact that it's a slur. It's just that simple. They're all slurs. Every word he just mentioned there is a slur. He just put this tweet is literally hate speech.
Funded $2. Does this mean simp is racist term to beta males?
No, because beta males aren't like a intrinsic group of people. Beta male is a mindset. You choose to be a beta male. You don't choose to be a white person or a black person, right? That's the difference. Nick says ad. Let me call him.
Yeah.
What's up, my cracker?
Talk about this really quick. Dude, look at this Linus Tech Tip tweet. And like, this is so funny. He's just like, yo, why can't we insult people for their skin color? What the fuck?
No way. Dude, how are people getting baited this hard? Half of this isn't even a real discussion. Half of this is literally just bait and baiting like dumb people.
No, I don't think there's a single person in the entire world who's actually offended by the word cracker. Like, there's not a single one.
There's no way.
If you tell me that you are, I would tell you that you're lying. The point is that like everyone's gone so far mask off that all these people who are like, oh my god, hateful slurs, they offend people, I don't want to offend people, are just going around being like, dude, I think it's okay to trash fucking white people because historically they don't have the same context as everybody else. Therefore, we can use intrinsic traits like skin color. And look, I'll tell you why I agree with Vaush's argument. Vaush's argument was literally, yeah, it's a slur and I love using it, and that's exactly how I feel about the word retard. So I really can't critique him that hard. Obviously, retard's not a racial slur, but it's obviously targeting intrinsic attributes.
Retard is probably a slur, yeah. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a racial slur, but it's a slur. It's close enough in this instance. Where it's like, you know what? Yeah, dude, I'm gonna keep saying retard. You know why? I like the word. I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna keep going with that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Hassan is just like spurging like crazy.
He's losing it. Is this actually Linus's account? Because it's not verified or anything.
I'm pretty sure that's one of his accounts. That's the one he goes to like. Hold on, let me see. Linus.
And pretend that it's real.
I'm pretty sure it's real.
All right. Well, you know what? If it's fake, then
if it's fake, then blame Destiny. He tweeted it.
So he says, I'm just not convinced it's a particularly powerful epithet. Any word or combination can be hateful if the emotions it's carrying are hateful. In my opinion, it's equivalent of referring to me as shorty or small hands, like yeah and. Somebody says, sorry, Poop Eater 69 says, you don't think there's anything wrong with insulting men for physical things that they can't control? Kind of cringe, to be honest. Linus says, you've never insulted someone for something they can't control? You're either the nicest person who's ever walked the earth or a liar. People insult people for things they can't control all the time. Why is skin color protected here? Why is the person being a man relevant? Holy fuck, I actually agree with him 100%, dude. Holy fuck, dude. Linus literally said, all things are completely off Fuck it.
Dude,
you know?
These guys literally return back to the iDubbbz video when they're pushed into a corner.
Dude.
They're like, oh, it's all slurs or no slurs. What the fuck?
What we're witnessing right now is the start of the shift of the Overton window. Now everybody's talking about anti-white racism. Everybody's saying, fuck it, say whatever slur you want. People are saying, attack people for their intrinsic qualities. Like, we're literally going back. It's the start, boys. And in 3 years from now, Trump's gonna be in office.
Tim Pool's already tweeting about the incoming race war.
The Civil War is happening.